Well, there you go. Your starting lineups for the day. Let's run it back one more time before we get underway here at Concordia Stadium. First, for the visiting Stars of Dominican University, it's number 3, Carter Bass. Number 8, Dylan Alich. Number 9, Alex Espino. Number 10, Nick Kovalchuk. Number 11, John Cronley. Number 15, Juan Guzman. Number 18, Ryan Gutierrez. Number 20, Randall Petrowski. Number 30, Zachary Gamster. Number 41, Vicente Castro. And the starting goalie for the Stars is number 38. Meanwhile, for your Concordia University Chicago Cougars, it's number 2, Devin Madsen. Number 6, Austin Montejano. Number 7, Aldapo Asanake. Number 10, Oscar Montejano. Number 13, Michael Byron. Number 17, Michael Frank. Number 18, Brian Gonzalez. Number 19, Quinn Kelly. Number 27, his first career start. It's Giuseppe Lazara. And number 30, the freshman Alexander Lechowicz. Starting keep for the Cougars is number 1, Nick Pursuit. Head coach of the Stars, his 28th season with the program is Eric Bauman. And then acting as head coach today in the absence of first-year head coach Chad Flanders is the team's graduate assistant Sebastian Heretic. Cougar Sportsnet having some technical difficulties. We're back up and running just in time for the game. Stars will be moving left to right on your screen wearing their navy blue uniforms with gold lettering. And Nat Certos wearing the all-red jersey. Meanwhile, the Cougars in their home white, while Nick Pursuit in his highlighter yellow jersey as this one rolls out of bounds. So goal kick coming up early for Pursuit. Pursuit, a senior on this program, making his last appearance on Concordia Stadium in today's season finale with the Stars as Pursuit gets set. Ball makes its way to just over the midfield line. Now here goes Oscar Montejano. Ball works back up to Brian Gonzalez. Now he dishes it across to Michael Frank. Frank with the ball. Ball spends some time around the 20-yard line on the football field. Dominican's half of the pitch. Ball goes out right in front of the Dominican bench. Makes its way back. We'll get it'll be Dominican possession. Looks like it'll be a free kick to start things off. They just dribble it backwards. And here's Gamster with the ball. He's going to work it up the near sideline. Sends this one down, headed back towards mid-pitch. Now Dominican controls it, works it to the far sideline. Trying to get some early offense going here. Ball still far sideline, makes its way back to in front of the scorer's table. Giuseppe Lazara in pursuit of the ball for the Cougars. Dominican safely works it back to their last 3. And now this one's going to roll all the way back to Certos. He sets it up now. He's got to kick it before Asanake put the pressure on for the Cougars. Number 7 in white. This ball rolls out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for Dominican. Ball worked in front of the Cougars bench before making its way back to middle pitch. Now just on the Cougars side of things. Now it's all the way back to Dominican's half. And Alich deals it back to Certos. Certos over to Gamster. Gamster back to Alich. Alich back to Gamster. Duo trying to find some open space and cleared up. Now it's dribbles on the Cougars side, and Michael Frank's just going to give it back to Pursuit. Pursuit's kick popped up there by Quinn Kelly making his first start of the year, 2 appearances coming into today. Ball popped up, headed back. Dominican with the ball now, and now the Cougars try to get something going the other way. Not much offensive pressure from either team so far in today's match. We're just under 4 minutes in. Byron to Devin Madsen, who gets it back to Pursuit. Pursuit now up. This one back to Frank. Frank's going to try and work it up the far sideline. Now we're going to get a throw in. Here's Austin Montejano, number 6 in white. Big throw in here. Still in front of the Cougars bench. Goes out. Last touch Dominican. It's ruled by the official, so ball stays with the Cougars. Austin Montejano looking for the right throw-in spot. Finds Lechowicz, or at least tries to. This one kicked out of bounds again. Another throw-in coming for Austin Montejano. Ball worked back. Here goes Oscar Montejano. Works it back to Michael Byron, who gets it to Brian Gonzalez. Leaves it for Quinn Kelly, who leaves it open space. And picking that one off is Alich of the Stars. Ball kicked ahead now. Vicente Castro moves it to the far sideline. Ball still moving up the far sideline, going into the corner. Now this one's centered, a header. Ball still loose. This one kicked, and it lands in the middle of the pitch. Still on the Cougar side. And now we get a whistle blown. Free kick coming up here. Stars resume play. Gamster with the ball now. Gamster ahead. Someone worked over the middle. Ball still loose, kicked out of there. We get another whistle now as a Star finds himself on the ground. Official talking things over. There'll be a free kick coming up for the Stars, so they get a good opportunity. Free kick deep inside the Cougars' half. The trio of Dominican players talks things over. Whistle blown. And the kick right into the midst of Nick Pursuit. His first save of the day for the Cougars. So it keeps Dominican off the board from the free kick opportunity. And now a long bomb down the field. A big header there. Ball bounced around on a couple of noggins. Ball still loose. Works in front of the Cougars bench. Now trickling back down the far sideline until Lechowicz is able to attempt to clear it out. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch Dominican. Throw in again for Austin Montejano. He's had a couple so far today. Montejano the throw in. Bounce out of bounds. Another Austin Monto throw in. This one out of bounds again. And once again, Austin Montejano to throw it in. Ball just slowly moving its way down now. Cougars gain some field position. Now we get a big throw in. Asanake Aldapo Aldapo Asanake, excuse me, fighting for it. Now this ball dished down. It's going to find its way back to Michael Byron, one of the captains on this Cougars team, wearing the highlighter yellow armband on his left arm. Now up the far sideline. This one sent way down and coming out to grab it before anyone else could get there is Certos. Goalkeep in red for Dominican. Alich and Gamster dealing with it. Gamster, 6'4" junior out of St. Charles, Illinois. Has some size to his game. So he dished this one down now. Two teams fighting for it. A couple stars run into each other. Still able to maintain possession. Deep into the Cougars' far corner now. And coming away with it, Austin Montejano. It'll go out of bounds, so Austin Montejano gets back to throwing. Throws it just over middle pitch. Ball still bounced around, and there's a star on the ground now. Some whistles below. Something happened right in front of the scorer's table down at field level. So star set for the free kick. Stars are off and running here as Gamster handles it now. Stars playing keep away from the Cougars. No, big kick down, a header from Byron. Keeps it away from his goalie, Pursuit. Stars still deep in the Cougars zone. Here's a centering pass. And this shot, ball still loose. Cougars able to come away with it now. Here's a chance. A couple blocks up front. Good defense from the Cougars. The ball still in a high danger zone as the Stars on the ground. And this could be trouble for the Cougars. Landing on the ground was number 9, Alex Espino. And now we're going to get set for a penalty kick as the Stars look to strike first against the Cougars. So the penalty kick is off, and it's into the bottom right corner. John Cronley adds goal number 19 on the year. And the Stars find themselves up. Stars find themselves up 1-0 on CUC. And we're back underway here now. Cougars down 1-0 after John Cronley adds goal number 19 on the year. A high scoring forward for Dominican. Gets his team on the board first. Cronley, only a sophomore out of Park Ridge, Illinois, and he's now just one away from 20 on the season. You want to talk about a youngster making a big impact for his team. Cronley checks off all the boxes As here's the throw in from Austin Montejano right in front of the net, a header away from the net. Now the Cougars deal with it, and this one's going to get kicked all the way back to Pursuit. He's got to deal with it with his feet. And here's Cronley. Mistake there by Pursuit. Cronley open net. And the Stars find themselves up 2-0 in the span of just a couple minutes. John Cronley, just talk about the impact he's made as just a sophomore. And what do you know? He strikes once again, capitalizing on the misplay from Nicholas Pursuit. Wide open net. He had a Cougar defender on his back, but did not faze him as he put that one away. And he's got his team up by a pair of goals now. Here in half number 1. So Cougars really got their work cut out for them now. Stars a good defensive team, averaging less than a goal allowed per game. So Cougars, they got to put 2 up against a very solid defensive team, and they also got to figure a way to keep John Cronley off the score sheet, even though his first goal was a penalty kick, and she didn't draw the foul on, but still was able to pot that one home, and that one was good individual effort to pick the ball off of Pursuit and put it into the empty net. Still 2 goals for Cronley, and here he is again. So he's disrupted there by Lechowicz, who tries to dish it up, but right there for the Stars is number 15, John Guzman. Ball rolls out. It'll stay with Dominican. No, ball centered. Still sitting there. Cougars trying to clear it out, and Lechowicz finally does. This one goes out the back of the end zone here in Concordia Stadium. So corner kick, coming up for the Stars. Connolly sets up right by the flag, far side corner, as his team stacks the box. Looking for goal number 3, the corner kick. Finds a header, and it's going to trickle out. It hits the flag on the near corner. So Paul actually stayed in bounds, and Sam Epperly rushed to get that ball once they realized where it was. Now the ball rolls out of bounds. Throw in coming up from Elias de Santiago. Herman Tonoco checks in for the Cougars, wearing number 9 in white. Dapo Asanake checks out. Here's Alexis Marzi. That ball down. Takes a couple bounces now. Another header. Ball still bouncing around a little. Now there's a Star on the ground. See if the trainers will need to come out. He's helped up by his teammates. It's number 10, Nick Kovalchuk. So he receives some high fives. Looks like he'll be able to stay in the game as he's still catching his breath. Stars get possession out of it. Working there, the midfield is Alich. Gets pressured by Tinoco. Now this ball is going to roll out. Goal kick coming up here for Pursuit. Pursuit up for Oscar Montejano. He gets pressured from behind. Still fighting with it, almost out of bounds. Whistle finally blows. It'll be Stars ball. Gamster kicks it off to Alich. Cougars able to grab the ball there. Here's DeSantiago, pressured by Castro. Whistle blown, Cougars keep possession. Michael Byron comes up. Cross pitch to a leaping Austin Montejano. Now the ball works towards the midfield line. On the ground is Ryan Gutierrez. Stars get possession out of that whistle. Less than half an hour to go here in River Forest. Ball kicked down towards the Cougars half. Right there is Castro. Ball worked over. Now it's rolling. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch rolled to Dominican, so Nick Pursuit will set up for the goal kick. Pursuit's kick down. Takes a skip off ahead. And now Tinoco fighting Alich for it. Dominican came away with it. Putting the moves on is Espino on Epperly. Now this takes a big bounce down to the Cougars side of the pitch. Star knocked on the ground, no call. That was Michael Byron pushing Kovalchuk. Play keeps going though, as here's Marzi getting physical. On the ground is number 25 in white. So possession awarded to the Cougars. Michael Byron kicks the ball down. Far sideline, this one's just gonna roll out. Brian Gonzalez pushes a man over, no call though. Here's Gonzalez, and that one's blocked by Alich. Good centering effort there from Gonzalez. Alich read it perfectly though, able to knock it out the back of the end zone. Corner kick coming up for CUC though. So big chance here the Cougars might be able to grab one back, pull within one of the Stars. Alexis Marzi will send it off from the corner. Marzi's kick trickles to Byron. His shot's blocked. And here's Oscar Montejano, a shot right to Cerritos. Oscar Montejano, one of the hottest players in the NAC right now after his 3-goal effort last week against IIT and CUW. Almost had one there. Is now Dominican, the blink of an eye, already on the Cougars side. So that one rolls out. Goal kick coming up for Pursuit. So he's looking around for a ball. Pursuit now. Pursuit with the ball. Gets set for the kick, takes a couple steps back, lines it up. So launched down to the midfield line. Marzi with it. DeSantiago worked it to Oscar Montejano. We got it back to DeSantiago. Now this one thrown down. Alich heads that one out of bounds. Throw in. DeSantiago, number 22 for CUC. This is it to Epperly. Epperly to Oscar Montejano to Herman Tinoco as he's wrestling Gutierrez for it. Whistle finally gets blown and ball ruled to go to the Stars. Alich now, right back to Gamster. Gamster sends it ahead. Over now. Stars able to get it over midfield. But it's picked off there. Austin Montejano tried to get it to Marzi. Right there was Gutierrez. Ball ahead now to Espino. Now it works backwards. Espino again. Now here's Gamster. Tries to get control of it. Finally does. Here's Alich now, pressured by Tinoco. So Stars have to move the ball quickly. Cougars starting to pressure a little, down by 2 after the pair of goals from John Cronley. First one on a penalty kick, and then second one able to pick the pocket of Pursuit, who was handling the ball with his feet and lost it outside the box. Here go the Stars now. Ball centered. Cronley gets a piece of it. Pursuit makes the save, and he kicks out the rebound. Good coordination there from Nick Pursuit. Made the save with his hands. The ball was laying right at his feet. Dominican had a chance to pot the rebound, and then Pursuit kicked his right foot out to knock it out of bounds. Kept it above the flag, too, so it'll be a throw-in from Gamster rather than a corner kick. Gamster, the throw-in, takes a header. Now coming away with it is Brian Gonzalez. He's got some speed as he works up the far sideline, kicks it ahead for Herman Tinoco. He lets up, though, trying to avoid the offside. Whistle still blows. Cougars can't avoid it. Ball far sideline, excuse me. Back to Alich. So he got pressured by Oscar Montejano. In the middle of the pitch, here goes Cronley. He's got the ball. Cronley and Pursuit comes out and snags it. Avoids any trouble. Michael Frank now dishes it ahead. And here goes Brian Gonzalez with some speed. It works all the way down to Cerritos, who dives to grab the ball. Just about halfway through the first half here. Stars up 2-0 on the Cougars after the pair of goals from John Cronley. This ball goes out of bounds. Thrown coming up for Gamster. Cougars work with it near the near sideline. Now it works back towards the middle with Frank. Frank turns the corner, dishes it ahead. Austin Montejano with it. Tries to kick it out off the feet of a Star player. This ball headed out right in front of the Dominican bench. Throw-in coming up for the Cougars. Ball takes a couple bounces. Another throw-in coming for CUC. Men's soccer, not the only CUC athletics in action today. In just half an hour as we see a trip here. Ball will stay with the Cougars. Just about half an hour, the women's soccer team of CUC will take on Dominican soccer team right down the street in their season finale as they look to pick up a win against the number 1 rated Stars team. So both women's and men's soccer taking on the Stars in their season finales today as Marzi gets set for the kickoff. Also ending their season today, we'll get back to this as Marzi's kickoff towards the net, and it bounces over. Also finishing their season up for CUC today is the women's volleyball team. They travel to Rockford to take on the Regents in their finale of the year as they look to pick up one more win to end the season on a high note. Coverage for both those two away games can be found at our website, cucougars.com, as can all information about the athletic teams here at Concordia. All you got to do is click on sports, the team you're looking for, and you can find stats, rosters, schedules, and more. Once again, that's cucougars.com. We have a star player on the ground. Athletic trainer is going to come out to check on him. So while that goes on, we're going to take an injury timeout. Be back in a couple minutes as the Stars are up on the Cougars 2-0. 2014 left to go here in the first half. Vicente Castro, the Dominican star, had to be helped off the field. He's carried off by one of the CUC athletic trainers and one of his teammates as well. So hopefully Castro's all right as he's still getting checked out by the trainers. Hope for the best for number 41 in Navy. His team up 2-0 on the Cougars. Being set for the free kick is Nick Kovalchuk. To 2014 left to go here in the first half as this kick takes a bounce coming at the plate as Pursuit. He runs into Connolly, though. Ball Ball rolls out of bounds, so Dominican ball here. Ball sitting in front of the box. Here goes Connolly. A shot goes wide right of the net. John Connolly trying to get himself the first half hat trick. A couple feet off from doing so. As here is Byron now working up with the ball. Sends it ahead. Good header there from Dominican. Espino. Stars with the ball again, and being tripped up is Connolly. So free kick coming up here for the Stars. Less than 19 to go here in the first half. Cougars find themselves down by 2 in their season finale. They're going to look to add win number 4 before calling it a season, as 3 Stars players line up around the ball, and that one is kicked. Hits the top crossbar. It's a crossbar on the field goal post, I should say, which means we're going to get a goal kick coming up for Pursuit. Pursuit's kick makes it to about the midfield line, headed down. Finally goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming in here. Carter Bass throws it in. Now this kick down. We're going to get a whistle blown off sides on the Stars. Pursuit will start things off here for the Cougars. Pursuit's kick down. Still rolling. And now the Cougars, a centering pass. And it's kicked out of there by the Stars defenders. Lechowicz now. And it's going the other way. Here goes Connolly. He's already got 2 on the day. Pressured from behind by Michael Frank. Leaves it. Connolly still with the ball. Tried to put the moves on Lechowicz, who just stood pat and was able to get a redirect on the ball. And now up to Gutierrez, who works it all the way back to Pietrowski. Now Stars still dealing with it. Good kick there by Lechowicz. Now this one going far sideline and pushed out by DeSantiago of the Cougars. Throw in for Gamster of the Stars. Gamster set. The throw in. Headed out of there by DeSantiago. Stars still with the ball. Now this one kicked around. Back and forth. Here goes Brian Gonzalez. Leaves it ahead for Herman Tinoco. Tinoco now goes to work on Alich. Leaves it for Gonzalez. Gonzalez tripped up. No call made. Stars with the ball now. Oh, and this hits the back of a ref. That's a kick from Kovalchuk. Stars with the ball right by the sideline. Kicked out. Last touch off Oscar Montejano. Gamster comes up for another throw-in. 15 minutes left on the big board here at CUC in the final third of the first half. Stars up 2-0 on the Cougars. Gamster with the ball. Most of the offensive pressure has been coming from Dominican. There's a header there, bounced up. Another header. And here's Cronley. Cronley tries to center. Good slide there by Michael Byron, and he kicks it out. Shuts down Dominican's offense. Some good defense from the senior. Shots right now, 7-5 in favor of the Stars. Shots on goal, 4-1 in favor of the Stars. 2 of those shots on goal found their way to the back from John Cronley. Nick Pursuit with 2 saves on the day. Sierratos with 1. Cougars already have 7 fouls as of right now. They are one of the highest fouling teams in the conference, averaging a little under 13 fouls a game. Within conference play, that ranks 3rd as the corner regular season finale. So we're going to take about a 15-minute break here at Concordia Stadium. Make sure we got everything figured out on our end. Hopefully no more interruptions in the second half. But until then, take a break. Be back here in 15 minutes on the Cougars Sports Network as the Stars up 2-0 on the Cougars.
Concordia University Chicago is a Christ-centered Lutheran university where truth, freedom, and vocation form students for lives of influence and service for the common good. Our university offers a wide variety of undergraduate and graduate degree options that are available in person and online. That means we have a program designed for you. Whether you're a high school student, an adult returning to complete your degree, or someone looking to enhance your credentials and prepare for career growth. As a member of this university community, you'll also find support in your spiritual and personal life so you can grow in the faith and discover ways to serve others. To start your next journey with us, visit cuchicago.edu today.
Second half about to kick off here in River Forest in their season finale. Cougars find themselves trailing the Dominican Stars 2-0. Both Stars goals came off the feet of number 11, their high-flying forward John Cronley. Goals number 19 and 20 on the year. First one came off the penalty kick. Second one able to pick the pocket of CUC goaltender Nick Pursuit while he was handling the ball and put it into the wide open net for the second goal. Speaking of Pursuit, he has exited the game, leaves with 3 saves on 5 shots faced. And he's replaced by the freshman, number 29, Kyle Schultz, freshman out of Pingree Grove, Illinois. 4 appearances on the year coming into today. Has a win under his belt. 0 goals allowed, 9 saves made for a 1,000 save percentage. He's been a part of 2 combined shutouts. And now he's going to be in goal as the Cougars look to come back, add win number 4 to cap off the year with a W. They got some work to do against a good Stars team who scores quite a number of goals every game and doesn't allow that many either, averaging under 1 goal allowed while over 2.5 goals scored per game. So Cougars got to put up a couple goals on a good defensive unit while holding a good offensive unit off the board to not make this comeback even more unlikely. Pressure in the Dominican end to start. This ball stays in bounds. Di Santiago now pushes it ahead. Here's a kick and coming out to make the save is Ciertos. He drop kicks this one down. And now a header. It's going to roll into the box for Kyle Schultz to pick up. Schultz wearing the highlighter yellow shorts while the gold jersey with maroon sleeves. This ball rolling out towards the Cougar towards the Cougar bench, and now throwing here. We got a whistle blown. Throw in here for the Stars. Stars now attacking right to left on your screen. Cougars moving left to right. To the halftime flip. Ball scooped up by acting head coach of the Cougars, Sebastian Heretic. Cougars graduate assistant getting a crack at the head seat in Coach Flanders' absence in today's finale. Coach Flanders completing his first year as head coach of the Cougars. You'll walk away with a 9-10-2 overall record while going 2-7-2 within conference play. Now him and the rest of the coaching staff will head into the offseason in a little less than 42 minutes and see what they can put together for year 2 of the tenure as Stars work with it deep into the Cougars' half. Worked up. Here's Cronley. 2 goals on the day already. He looks to add a hat trick to his resume this year. And now Frank kicks it down. Puts it right in front of Tinoco, who tries to head it forward. Gets a piece of Alich before rolling out of bounds. Here's Lechowicz now. Lechowicz throws it. Here's Michael Frank now. Works with it deep into the near corner. Rolls out. Goal kick coming up for Ciertos. Ciertos, 6'2" freshman with the Brother Rice High School. Ciertos Sit down. Kicked further down by Carter Bass until Schultz scoops it up, pressured by Cronley. He's still chasing after the ball. Cronley taking out the Turbo Jets, flying over the field trying to get this ball away from CUC. Already at 20 goals on the season, Cronley is, as he looks to add number 21 now. Cronley in front of the net, and there it is. John Cronley nabs himself a hat trick. The bench moves down to the corner to celebrate with number 11 in Navy. Goal number 21 on the year for John Cronley. He gets mobbed by his teammates. Some postseason recognition definitely in the works for the high-scoring sophomore. Again, hard to believe Cronley only listed as a sophomore, which means he's got 2 more years of terrorizing the conference with his goal-scoring prowess. Jesus Lopez picks up the assist on Cronley's third of the day. Goal number 3 for Dominican as well. Stars completely relying on Cronley's goals today for offense, as they have most of the season. Again, mentioned it towards the top of the broadcast, but Cronley, he now sits at 21 goals, leading the team. The next closest is number 41, Vicente Castro. He was the star we saw exit the game earlier due to injury. He's got 3 on the year. So number 1 on the team, Cronley with 21 now, and number 2, Castro with 3. That right there tells you how much the Stars are dependent on number 11's production. As this ball flies out of bounds, throwing coming up here for the Cougars' offensive leader, Oscar Montejano, though he's going to hand it off to his brother, Austin Montejano, now number 6 in white, as he gets set for the throw-in. Oscar Montejano, again, reigning Offensive Player of the Week for the NAC. 3 goals in last week's 2 contests against IIT. He scored 2 there, and then scored a late goal against CUW in Saturday's contest. This ball rolls out of bounds. Throw-in coming up. Excuse me. It'll be a goal kick instead. Siertos grabs the ball from one of the CUC baseball players. Help shag balls today. Doing a great job making sure they are where they need to be. As here's a turnover. Cougars now. Oscar Montejano puts the moves on. He can't control it, though. Now this one kicked ahead. Header there. Alexander Lechowicz now to Brian Gonzalez, and Frank tips it ahead. Here goes Hermontonico, but coming out to make the play is Cerritos. Great job there from Frank and Tinoco. Now this ball back in Dominican's control. Far sideline for Espino. Now here's Lopez. He has the assist on Cronley's 3rd goal of the day. We saw just a couple minutes ago now. Header there, and it almost goes into the net. Kyle Schultz able to get a piece of it, make sure that doesn't happen. Ball out right by the Dominican bench. Now, big scrum for the ball there. Pops out, lands in the Cougars' possession. Kick down. He's going to roll all the way to Cerritos, who stops it with his left foot. Dribbles with it before picking it up. Tinoco is ready to apply the pressure. So Cougars need to find 3 goals now in the last 37 minutes of today's contest. No more overtime during the regular season. Score at the end of 90 is the score for the day, tie or not. So we're seeing a lot more ties on both men's and women's side of the game. Speaking of women's soccer, hopefully we get a score update on them soon. 20 minutes ago, they started their season finale. They're down the street at Dominican. They look to pick up a win and Coach Eddie Garza's first season with another W in the column. And then women's volleyball also wrapping up their season tonight as they travel to Rockford to take on the Region. So 3 CUC fall sports playing their last contests of the fall season today. Only one at home, though, is the team you're currently watching, men's soccer, find themselves down 2 against Dominican as LH climbs to Noco to head that one. Whistle blown. Ball's going to stay with the Cougars. Kick here from Frank. Headed back. Ball's still got some air time on it. Alexis Marzi leaves it. Oscar Montejano for Michael Frank, who's playing up a lot more. He's pushed to the ground by Kovalchuk. No call made. Kovalchuk now with it. Ahead. Here's Bass. Carter Bass to the middle. Cronley gets ahead. Cronley puts it, and it goes just wide right. John Cronley almost nabbed himself goal number 4 on the day. Instead, it'll be a goal kick. Score update from that women's game down at Dominican University. 19:26 left to go in the first half. They're tied with the Stars, 0-0. Dominican's women's team, #1 ranked team in the NAC this year for women's soccer. This one rolls out. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars. Dominican men's team, the one you see in front of you now, also having themselves a pretty nice season, sitting pretty at 5th in the conference. So a win today would surely lock up a playoff spot for them. Throw in here from Bass. Marzi spins around. Oscar Montejano with it. Fighting Kovalchuk for the ball. No, excuse me, fighting. It's number 18, Rain Gutierrez for the ball. Is now Montejano. Puts it ahead for Frank. Frank's been playing up a lot more this half as the Cougars are looking to nab themselves 3 goals now in just about 33 minutes. Ball almost finds its way to the net. Stopped just short thanks to some good Dominican defense. Ball's going to roll out. Stay with the Cougars, though. Goal kick coming up for Cerritos. Cerritos takes a couple steps back, standing in the goal now. It's a couple stretches in, ready to unleash this one. Cerritos' kick dribbles to the midfield line. Espino tracks it down. Espino now with the ball, leaves it for Kovalchuk. There's Cronley defended by Byron. And a whistle blown. Cronley was held up by Byron and then was looking for the call. Finally gets the whistle from the official. So free kick coming up. It'll be Nick Kovalchuk, senior out of Poland. He waits for his teammate Alic to get set. Make sure the ball is where he wants it. Kovalchuk the kick. It's towards the net. It's going to go wide left, however. No danger presented to the Cougars. Still down by 3. 31-10 left to go up on the newest addition to Concordia Stadium, the shiny LED scoreboard down at the south end of the field. And have had it for a couple weeks now, coming up on a month soon, and plenty of cool graphics and stuff being put up on it. Here's Cronley now. He's going to try to look to put a 4 up on the board under Dominican's score. Instead, it's picked away by the Cougars. Marzi now dumps it down. And that kick's going to go off the shins of Bass and out. So throw-in coming up for 22 in white, Di Santiago. Right into the chest of Lechowicz. Put ahead now. Here's Lopez. Far sideline. Espino. That ball picked away from him by Brian Gonzalez. Now here's Oscar Montejano to the side for Michael Frank. Frank dribbles. Leaves it. Austin Montejano now passes far side, near sideline to his brother Oscar. Oscar now puts the moves on Pietrowski. Montejano looking for some room to work with. Leaves it behind him from Lechowicz. Lechowicz centers it and gain a piece of it, Certos. Austin Montejano now fights for it. And we see a star on the ground. Here's Di Santiago. Di Santiago works in. That kick wide and high right. Shots about even at 13-11. Shots on goal not too far off either, 7-4. Both of those in favor of the Stars. Saves tied up at 4-4. Pursuit had 3 for the Cougars, and Kyle Schultz has 1. Meanwhile, Oscar Certos for Dominicans got all 4. As Marzi's pushed to the ground by Kovalchuk. Free kick coming up for number 25 in white. Byron will do the free kick. Puts the ball ahead of him. Sends it ahead. This one booted away. Now Bass puts it upfield. Header there. Here goes Kovalchuk. He's got one man to beat. Leaves it for Lopez. Lopez now punts it ahead. And kicking it out is Byron. Able to keep it in, though. Nice play there by number 13. And now here goes Dominican working in is number 7. He's got an open net. Schultz comes out. Looks like he got a piece of it before it went out. And this is going to lead to a corner kick for Dominican now. That was Ryan Melskow, just checked back into the game, who is putting the pressure on the Cougars. Pressure isn't up just yet as that corner kick almost finds its way into the net. That one wide left. Schultz now gets set for the goal kick. Ball kicked ahead. Moved ahead again now, but the Stars able to control it. Moves over. Here's Bass. Bass's shot right into the chest of Schultz. The freshman adds another goal. Rivals in Concordia and Dominican. So free kick coming up for Dominican now. Throwing now. For Carter Bass. Less than 25 to go here in River Forest. Cougars got to pull 3 goals out of somewhere to tie up the game and at least end the season with a tie against a talented Stars team. They're going to need 4, which is a tall task if they want to come away with a win. Meanwhile, they got to figure out some way to stop John Cronley, who's gotten all 3 goals against the Cougars today. Penalty kick, good individual effort to work the ball away from pursuit in the first half and then put it in the empty net. And then saw this last goal, had to worked himself into a good space, had basically a one-on-one with Schultz, and he put it in as Star tripped up. Ball is going to go to Dominican. Less than 24 minutes to go now. Free kick here. Couple players taken down. No whistles blown as here goes Gonzalez now. Gonzalez leaves it behind for Frank. Frank now a shot right into the gloves of Cerritos. Couple more technical difficulties on our part here. Internet being a little uncooperative today, but back up and running on the Cougar Sports Net. Devin Madsen checks in for the Cougars. We're going to have a throw-in coming up. Austin Montejano, far sideline, launches it. Takes some bounces. Lechowicz tried to get a foot on it. Dominican clears it out. It's bounced back in bounds. Was going out. Here's Devin Madsen, recently checked back into the game. Under 20 minutes to go here. Season finale in River Forest. Cougars looking to end things with a win against their cross-street rivals, Dominican, but They got 19 and a half minutes now to score 3 goals if they want to come away with a tie, and they're going to need 4 goals as ball still in Dominican zone, ball batted around. And Cataly finally tries to kick it out, but right at the midfield line is number 3 for the Coopers, Julian Yanez. But his attempt to keep it in goes out of bounds right in front of the CUC bench. So throw in coming up here for Dominican. Now far sideline, this centering pass goes a little too far. Carter Bass is still there with it. Bass fights for the ball. Coming away with it was Lechowicz, who tries to deal it up the near sideline. It goes out before Sam Epperly can reach it. Now we're going to get a Dominican substitution coming in. Lewis McPherson checks in for the Stars, freshman all the way from Portland, Oregon. Carter Bass, here's the throw in to Melskow. Sent ahead, hit a couple bodies as Michael Frank fights for it. Melskow again. Nice read there by Austin Montejano to come away with the ball. DeSantiago with it now. Near sideline. Tries to center it. And now here's a shot from Madsen. Nowhere close as it goes wide left. Samuel Epperly ended up on the ground, pleading his case to the official. Gets no sympathy, and we'll get set for the goal kick from Ciertos while some Cougar subs come in. Jonah Walgren, one of the new Cougars, checking in. Quinn Kelly back in the game for CUC. Kelly, one of the many seniors honored this past Saturday at the Men's Senior Day. Festivities held before the kick-off of the game. The seniors had a chance to walk onto the field with families and friends, get some photos taken, and reminisce about their time here at CUC. As they're now playing in their final game, not only in River Forest, but also in the Concordia uniform. So whistle blows. Ciertos gets the go-ahead. Ciertos' kick takes it to about midfield. Team's working with it here. Middle third. The ball going to go all the way back to Schultz in net. Freshman Keep scoops it up, and they'll punt it down. Less than 16 minutes left to go here in River Forest. Melskow worked on it, Pietrowski worked on it near sideline, and this one kicked all the way out. Set for the throw-in. It's the freshman Adrian Salto. DeSantiago picks it up, though, after the throw-in. And Michael Frank suddenly boots this one out. Mistake there from number 17 in white will lead to another Salto throw-in. Salto, high arc on that one. Bounced around now a couple times. Chasing for the ball is Isaac Alberts, the freshman. He's making his first appearance of the year and in his young career, wearing number 40 in white. Now, kick here from Patowski. We're in the final third of the second half now. 14-17 left on the clock. Here's Carter Bass. Ball moves around still. Center now. This one's going to work out right there for Ethan Orange. Lewis McPherson tries to save it right in front of his own bench. Can't. Picked up there by Austin Montano. Launches it down. He's trying to get some momentum here. Michael Frank with the ball. Nice spin move there by Michael Frank. And he's tripped up. Michael Frank pulling out the ballerina moves to get around his defender. Then he draws the call. Number 17, the junior for the Cougars, trying to do everything he can to give his team a little life here in their last 13-ish minutes of play of the season. Now here's the free kick, and it goes past everybody, including the net. Goal kick's coming up for Ciertos. Ciertos. Started his run up, saw something he didn't like and restarted. Now here he is again. There's the kick from Ciertos. Takes a bounce, rolling. Jonah Walgren punches it out. Salto stands ready for the throw-in as we get a couple more substitutions now. Coach Eric Bowman of Dominican, and then acting coach of the Cougars, Sebastian Hertek, getting their last couple substitutions in. Sure, a couple more will come as they're trying to get as many guys in. And now Sam Epperly had a chance, but good defense from Dominican causes a turnover. So both coaches trying to get as much bodies in as they can, get everyone some playing time before Cougars season wraps up in under 12 minutes, and then Stars likely have some postseason soccer in their future. But so maybe their last chance to see what works, what doesn't work before they start playing some real meaningful soccer. Now centering pass. Picked up there by DeSantiago. Devin Madsen ahead. And racing for it's Frank. He's going to win the foot race there. Deals with it in the corner now. Michael Frank up. Devin Madsen. Madsen gives it back to Frank. Here goes Frank up or back, I should say, to Oscar Montejano. Madsen. Rebound is collected by Montejano. Here he goes, puts on the moves, tries to center it right into Cerritos' hands. Officially under 10 minutes to go here in River Forest. Working into the Cougar zone. Here's a high shot. Way over the net. Goal kick coming up for Kyle Schultz. Under 9 minutes to go now. Ball back on Dominican side of the pitch. Put ahead for Brian Gonzalez. Now Gonzalez tries the center, and again, Cerritos. He's been all over those centering passes as his outlet throw reaches the far sideline to his teammate who works it up now. Whistle blown. That was Espino, working with the ball. Alich over to Petrowski. Petrowski now up. As Guzman gets the ball right back. Centering attempt there, and ball eventually finds its way to Schultz and net. Not much on it. The freshman picks it up easily. Now big drop kick off the back of Frank, who was bent over to let it go over his head. And now Frank here puts the brakes on. He's being double teamed right there. Able to work away from the pressure. And Oscar Montejano's pass lands in the feet of a couple stars. Now the Stars, Guzman. Guzman up ahead. This one over, number 13 in Navy. Ethan Hausman, he's tripped up. Ball goes out of bounds. So once some substitutions are made, there'll be a corner kick coming up for Dominican. Houseman will do the honors. 5:53 left to go here. And a header saved there by Schultz. Great job there by Kyle Schultz. That was a close proximity header from Dominican. And instead, it's kept out of there by the freshman and in a gold jersey, and gives his team a little chance here. Still down by 4, less than 5 to go. Sounds better than being down by 3 with less than 5 to go, excuse me. Better than being down by 4 with less than 5 to go. Throw in here for the Stars. Far sideline. Ball lost by the Cougars. Nice pick there by Austin Montejano. Looks around for his options. There's a guy right on his back, though. And he just kicks this one into no man's land, where it's picked up and gotten rid of by Narciso Ibarra Rodriguez. Michael Frank now. 4-minute mark here in River Forest. Centering pass headed out of there by Brendan Gavin. Evan Perez checks in now for CUC. Another freshman on this Cougars roster. He's seen a decent amount of playing time this year. 13 games, 266 minutes and 23 seconds. He's also got 2 starts under his belt as this ball bounces to Cerritos. He moves up ahead, looking to get transition started. Drop kick here. Ball takes a couple bounces in front of the CUC bench now. Michael Byron in a race with Gavin. And laying on the track right outside the end of the end zone is Michael Byron. He's slow getting up. Cerritos kicks. Headed back towards Cerritos. Here's Devin Madsen now. Left ahead, here's Tinoco. Tinoco shot, and Cerritos gets a piece of it. Oscar Cerritos absolutely unbeatable today. 9 saves, 0 goals allowed. Tinoco about as good as a chance as the Cougars have gotten all day, and Cerritos slammed the door shut. Able to get a piece of that ball. And now the goal, the corner kick right into Cerritos' hands. And now he launches it ahead. Ivan Guerrero fought for it. And still a fight for the ball out of bounds. Last touch Cougars throw in here. Cougars really putting the pressure on, trying to at least get some offense going in the last minute 30 of their season. But for now, it'll be a throw-in for the Stars. Ethan Hausman set to do it. Hausman's throw kept in bounds. Ball still moving towards the Cougar net, and we're going to whistle blown because we're under 1 minute here in River Forest, 50 seconds to be exact. Stars up 3-0 on the Cougars. Cougar season coming down to a close. Houseman gets set up for a free kick. Teams taking their time getting set up. Seem content with just about letting this clock run out as it's booted back towards mid-pitch. Tinoco gets knocked down. No call made. We're at the 10-second mark. So as we get the final countdown here in River Forest, one final attempt on net, and the clock strikes 0 in the game and on the 2022 season for the Concordia University Chicago men's soccer team. They drop their season finale to the Stars, 3-0. John Connerly getting it done for his Dominican team. 3 goals on the day. That brings his season total to 21. The lone assist on the day from the Stars came from number 6, Jesus Lopez. Some other box score stats as we wrap things up here in River Forest. Shots, final 20-19 in favor of the Cougars. Shots on goal, however, 11-9 for the Stars. 8 saves between the two Cougar goalies. Nick Pursuit picked up 3 while letting 2 goals in, and then Kyle Schultz picked up 5 saves in his second half of action, only let 1 in. Meanwhile, Oscar Cerratos, perfect in net for the Stars. 9 saves, had some tough ones there, especially towards the end. So Cerratos picks up shutout number 2 on the year to close out his regular season. So I want to thank everyone who made this broadcast possible on the Cougar Sports Network. Kate Johnson down at the scores table field level, making sure all the substitutions relayed to us. We are under the direction of Sydney Ploskis-Laher and our sports information director, Kayla McLeod. And this is Peter Borkowski on the call with you. Cougars wrap up their 2021 season, 3-0 loss to the Stars. Their final record for the year, 3-11-2 overall, 2-8-2 within conference play. They'll be back next year for year 2 under Coach Chad Flanders. But until then, this is Peter Borkowski signing off of the Cougar Sports Network and wanting to say, as always, go Cougars.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.